I'm excited too. We're about to go into game number 2. Team Dina versus Team Newman. Team Dina with the first pick overall. She goes Janelle, sparring Johnston, Eric's roommate. Newman goes Bears on Fire, The Beeve, Jazzy, Starvin. Right off the rip, before we get into pick bands, just off of draft alone, player draft alone, who are you feeling? Where's the wind blowing for you?
I'm really thinking Newman has a slight edge. Newman's been popping off. Beeve popped off. Jessica, and then Luna Blackmoon, who did she play? Her set is pretty decent too.
Her set, her Kale, and her Morgana have been.
Oh yeah, her Morgana's pretty good too. I forgot about that one too.
It has been popping.
And who did Bears on Fire go last game?
Nocturne.
Oh, he did pretty good too, actually. So they have a really solid team. They're all solid, decent players. Team Adina is very spiky. They have Adina and Johnston playing excellent. Janelle's average, and 2 brand new people. So we'll see. I expect those 2 lanes to lose. It's going to be just like the boys versus girls game. Remember that one?
I do. How could we forget the boys versus girls game? I think that's how
this game's going to go too. It's going to be Dina and Janelle popping off. Again, remember, it's the same combo. Adina and Janelle. And it's going to be if they can pop off against this team of 5. We'll see.
Now, if Adina's playing the 80 carry role, what champ do you see her selecting? Is she playing an Ashe? Is she playing somebody with a little bit more?
Sivir, Ezreal. She plays a lot of the standoff, safer type ADCs. None of the aggressive ones like Lucian or Draven or Twitch.
Okay. And no, go ahead.
I think remember, she popped off on that one game because she has a Lux main. That's one of her main champs.
True.
But if she's ADC, she's still pretty good, but it's definitely not her main role. So we're going to need to see a good performance by Janelle. I think Janelle's going to be the coin flip player here that's going to decide the game.
Now, more than likely, we will end up seeing Jazz and probably Newman in that bottom lane. Jazz will more likely be supporting. We'll probably see Newman playing an 80 carry role. What will Janelle, or rather, who will Janelle have to play to counteract probably the Zyra, probably the Karma, and maybe even the Zillion down there in the bottom lane?
It actually, you know what? Now that I'm seeing the teams, I actually think Janelle has to go ADC and Adina go support again.
You think so?
I don't think. Does Janelle even support?
Janelle does support. I have seen Janelle and have witnessed Janelle support.
On who? Who does she play?
That's a great question, actually.
I actually don't even know who she plays.
For whatever reason, Leona's coming to my mind, but she may not play Leona at all.
I can't remember a time I saw her ever go support. So that's why I think Adina actually has to go support.
You're kind of blowing my mind right now. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, let's see. First pick, or first ban, rather, coming out of D. We're going to see a big set ban, and we know who that's targeted to. We've seen Starvin play an excellent set, and not only have we seen her play it, we've seen her play it often. And there's that Lulu ban. Who's that directed towards, you think?
Clearly Adina.
Clearly.
Adina's a one-trick Lulu.
Which is a weird champ, I feel like, to be a one-trick with. I don't know why. Whenever I never get a Lulu. I never play with a Lulu, ever.
You don't like playing with Lulus? Normally ADCs love Lulu.
I've never played with one. I can count on probably one hand how many times I've played against a Lulu as well. Weird. And then we are seeing the Zyra ban, which is one of Jazz's more prominent champs. Oh, damn. By the way, I fucking feel bad. I totally forgot about the superstar Burnham. I don't know. We gotta find a better way to do this.
Is he in the Discord?
He was, yeah. I don't know if he was there or if he was one and done or what. We gotta find a better way to do this.
Yeah. I don't think you said his name in the last pick.
No, I didn't. I didn't at all. That's what I'm saying, because I didn't even see that he was there.
Dang it. Make him a mandatory. Who was he?
My bad.
The first game?
Tarek.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he played excellent, too.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Amazon StatCast here shows, hello, it's Janelle, was a diamond support main. My bad.
Bro.
Diamond support. That's on me. Tristana being banned. That's Sparring coming off an excellent game, highest damage in the entirety of the game on Tristana in mid. Then we've seen a Morgana band coming out of Adina's team that could also be targeted more towards Starvin there. She does play an excellent top. She does play a pretty good bottom lane, and Morgana and Set being both of those players. We're looking at Zyra being banned, probably more directed towards Jazzy. Then we've got the Lulu Dina ban, the Sparrin Tristana ban, and probably the Janelle Caitlyn ban, although I don't think I've seen Janelle play Caitlyn one singular time.
I don't know why everyone bans Janelle's Caitlyn. It's really not that impressive. I think her Ezreal's her better champ.
I'm going to have to say, regardless of the clips that we have of Janelle getting shit on, I'm going to say that Twitch is her better champ.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Her Twitch is actually pretty decent, too.
Her Twitch is pretty good.
I see Kate banned against Janelle pretty often.
Me too.
I don't get it.
Me too,
Yeah,
I know.
I don't get it.
I played Kate twice. I'm saying, I don't think I've ever seen you play Caitlyn. I don't know why Caitlyn keeps getting permabanned when you're on the other team. It's weird. But Nocturne being picked, Silas as well. We've got Milo, Dina. Is playing Milo? Sprangus. That's what I mean. Sprangus getting the Lux, by the way. That meme may have just died. And
okay,
speaking of that Twitch, there it is.
Adina's going for heavy peel on Janelle. She's putting a lot of faith in Janelle.
Yeah, that's a combo that has to be played well. They got to synergize well, don't they, down there?
And also, Melio's basically like another Janna Enchanter type support or another version of Lulu. It's strictly to make the AD carry play better. It gives him a Crucible early, like a cleanse. It gives him shields. It gives him peel with the Q. So she's putting a lot of faith in her pick in Janelle.
Okay. We're seeing Jinx being picked, Nami being picked. Jazzy does play a pretty good Nami. Now,
Aram is actually pretty decent.
Aram VODs and Aram clips will show that I am the better Nami of this relationship, but that's not to be said that she's not good. I just so happen to be better. Okay? We're seeing Johnson pick up that Urgot for the top lane, and the classic Eric's roommate, Nico. Eric's roommate's really been showing that he kind of here to play.
Hopefully we can see him actually use the passive this game.
But unfortunately, we're seeing Sejuani now. Eric's roommate just so happens to live with a guy named Eric, which is you, right? That's you, right?
Yeah.
And now Eric's roommate living with this guy named Eric, that guy named Eric plays a lot of Sejuani.
I'm a two-trick. I play Sedge
and Trundle. Sedge and Trundle are being played actively from Eric's roommate, who is Eric.
No, it's not me. I'm not going to play. You watch. You're going to see. It's going to be terrible.
But with that being said, I have to assume that there's been some tips and tricks being tossed around towards old Eric's roommate regarding those two champions. Are we going to see Eric's roommate do something worth a fuck on Sejuani? Yes or no? Call it now. Yes or no?
No. I think
no!
Bolt misses going way wide.
Oh.
Cute. But this is what I've always said, is if you're not good at the game, pick a champ that has utility no matter what.
Boys.
Even if you suck, you're still a ton of health. They have to like burn through your health bar. And that can give Janelle an extra like 3 seconds to do damage.
Absolutely. Boys, we've seen it in this channel many a times over. That statement right there has been made by Eric more times than I can count. We have watched players go 0-15 and still win the game. Why? Because they have utility. Because they may suck ass at the role. They may suck ass at the champ. But if their ultimate lands, if they fucking close their eyes and smash their forehead on the keyboard and somehow their big ass fucking forehead hits the R button and it just so happens to land on somebody important, the team can rally around it and the team can make plays happen.
Exactly.
So we'll see how things go.
Do you ever have a problem eating chapstick, James?
No, I am actually very anti-chapstick, and that's not a joke. I'm anti-chapstick.
This stuff is so yummy.
I think chapstick is for people who are weak as fuck.
What the heck?
Yeah, if your lips are chapped, fucking grow up.
Oh, you don't want to see Dina. Her lips are terrible.
If your lips are chapped, grow up.
That's
okay?
part of why we quit making out.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I think, and this is for real. Not only do I think chapstick is you're weak, okay, but I also think it's a fucking ploy and a scam from the system. They made that shit because you were like, oh man, my poor weak lips are chapped. What can I do to put it on there? And then you put it on there, and it's like cocaine. You gotta keep getting more. Oh, my lips are chapped. Oh, let me. That shit, you're weak. Okay.
I've
Throw
actually
it in
heard
the
the
trash.
same thing about shampoo.
I've heard the same thing about that as well too.
Yeah,
and
your
for
hair
that
gets so
reason,
oily because it's always like dry.
Exactly, and for that reason, I quit showering years ago.
Excellent.
Game number 2 is 10 seconds away, Eric. Based on the pick bands, based on the player select. Now that we've seen it, now that we're about to dive into it, who do you got winning game number 2 of Friday night community game nights, presented by Amazon StatCast right here in the Dapper Jameson Kick channel? Who do you got winning game number 2?
This is a incredibly tough game to decide, actually. I think it's going to entirely depend on if Janelle's able to pop off or not. Because 3 of the picks are based just solely around her. Like Sedge's, if he can peel and give Twitch spacing. Melio's based around her getting spacing. And then she herself is just for damage. So she's an extremely high damage champ, but she needs to have really, really good spacing. They're going to lose. And she's against Newman, who's also a good player. He's not just going to let her get a free lane. Newman Jessica is a pretty skillful lane. Newman's popped off many times in this game and on Jinx. So this is going to be tough, I think. Janelle needs to get a lead, and she needs to carry this game hard.
So where are we putting it, Eric? Where are you putting the dogs?
I have been a notorious Janelle disbeliever recently, so I'm going to say Team Jessica and Beeve.
Team Jessica and Beeve, which is Team Newman.
Team Newman.
Team Newman. Eric is putting the dogs in the pawn shop for Team Newman, and me, Caster Jameson. I'm putting my Taco Bell cheesy roll-up on Team Dina.
Oh my
Split
God.
decision up here in the booth. Keep it spicy, keep it popping, keep it ready to roll, Daddy. Game number 2 is underway. Let's go. Throw away your chapstick and drink more water. Yeah, you fucking loser. Grow up. I'll take that bet for the Taco Bell cheesy roll-up, boss. Bad choice. Good evening, Toro. We've got Silas.
Back.
We've got Silas in the mid lane. Sprangus playing the Lux. I don't think I've seen Clint play mid, so we'll see how this goes. Pretty irregular start, actually. Seeing Eric's roommate go no leash blue. I like that.
That's actually what I've always taught him. I've always said you don't need a leash.
See?
Because now, from Team Newman and Jessica's perspective, they have no idea where he started. Well, they should actually because they invaded, so they put a ward down.
Exactly.
So that was good by them. But if they didn't, they wouldn't know where he's starting. But I don't like that Team Janelle and Dina are shoving lane. Ooh, good cue.
Very good. You don't like that. Why don't you like that?
Because the way Eric's roommate is pathing is towards this lane to gank it.
Right.
So if they're shoved in about... The way this lane is looking now, it's going to be at their tower right around when Sedge gets there.
But take a look at this. Nocturne noticing and recognizing that there was no leash had. Nocturne is doing Sejuani's red right now at level 2. And
Ooh,
Sedge
looks like they're about to fight.
And they're not. Sedge is gonna walk in here question marking what's going on. And speaking of which, Nocturne is down in the bottom lane. They know. Dina must have called it out, flashing away, fleeing though. Will she go down? She's not going to go down. Nocturne's going to take a tower shot. Ignite is going to go down onto Twitch. No one's going to die. Man, they were able to get out of that one by the skin of their teeth. Both
I
sides.
think that it's actually really worth it for Team Beeve, only because Eric's roommate is not skilled enough to take advantage of that, of an early gank like that. So you see how he just kept going towards the goal. Normally when you see a Nocturne take your red because you saw it was gone, then he shows bot, you go straight to his red and take his top side. That would be his like, he would lose an entire quadrant for that gank, but he's not even going to lose it. And I told you, this game's going to depend on how well Janelle plays. So the fact that he put a lot of pressure on her, burned all their sums in bot lane, and he doesn't even lose his topside jungle, it all worked out extremely well.
Beautiful insight from my co-host here, Eric. Man, this Lux is doing a lot of damage here in the middle lane, and I love to see that. Speaking of which, this is the Beeve on Nocturne. Kind of surprising. Usually seeing the Beeve on Nocturne is a bad thing, but who knows? We'll see how this ends up going. Jazzy taking too much damage already right out of the gate. The root is going to land, and Newman's just going to Korean meta stand there and say, fuck it, I'm going to keep this fight rolling. As a matter of fact, he wants it. Korean meta, stand there and auto, get some. Stand there and auto, get some.
This is another mistake I see a lot of newer people make, is because they won that last fight so handedly, they think that they're winning. They see their CS and they're up.
Yes.
But as of right now, Janelle has the longsword advantage, so she's actually stronger in every fight. So Newman has the gold lead, but he hasn't spent it. So any fight they do here, he has to remember that.
And the no mana Lux in the middle lane, a awkward gank happening from Nocturne. D is going to get rooted almost underneath tower. The zap's going to miss from Jinx there in the bottom lane, and Janelle is kind of playing with fire right now. She's putting a lot of faith and a lot of trust into Dina on this Melio. What does and how does this bottom lane work out together with Twitch being invis, with Twitch being able to utilize that to the best of his advantage whilst playing a champ like Melio?
But
What?
This wave is in a terrible spot. Janelle has to just shove this wave in and go B.
Sorry about that. We must have some technical difficulties. Eric, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Eric?
Oh, hey.
Eric, what does this bottom lane Melio and Twitch have to do to utilize the invisibility of Twitch to its maximum potential?
So I don't think Melio has any impact on his invisibility at all. That would be something more like Yumi or like Karma being able to speed him up. It doesn't really do anything, because if she puts the ball on him to give him move speed or the attack range, the enemy can see it. It's just the ball following nothing, and clearly it just gives it away. So what Janelle's gonna have to do is not use her Q for more of like sneaking around. She's gonna have to use it for the attack speed boost. Okay, see, Janelle has a really good wave freeze here now.
Huge.
But if you notice, Jinx has what, a 10 CS lead?
She does indeed.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying earlier, that gank from Nocturne really paid off. Oh, look at Eric's roommate doing an early dragon. Love to see it.
We love to see Eric's roommate prioritizing objectives, because generally speaking, what we've seen recently is kind of a lack of that.
Yep. New players hate doing dragon.
What? And I'm gonna come out on top and say that I think new players hate doing dragon because it actually scares them. Like they,
like they're gonna die to it.
I think it's a mix of that. I think it's a mix of, you know, like players who are soloing dragon are like, fuck, like I'm gonna take a bunch of damage from dragon. I could possibly, you know, their jungler could possibly path all the way through here, pick me off, or I could miss smite, or I think there's so many things that could go. Oh my goodness, the double Lux ult there. I think a lot of new players just get a little bit timid of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Honestly, I don't know what dragons do. That's another big thing that a lot of new players don't understand, is what does each dragon do, and how will that affect their team in the long game.
You know, I meant to actually show you that. Did you see what I sent you in League?
No. I saw it. I didn't know what it was.
It was the win rate of all the Dragon Souls, and Wind actually has the highest win rate. If you get Wind Dragon,
The Soul, your win rate is 90% chance. It's like 91%.
Wow.
The lowest win rate Soul is Chemtech. It's like, I think 85 or 84.
See,
But
and
yeah,
I always
Soul's the highest.
feel like I play better when we get the Hextech dragon.
Yeah, Hextech I think is the most fun. I agree.
Wow, huge gank going down there in the top lane. The Beeve popping off. I will say this. Usually if Jared is not playing top lane, the top lane is not being prioritized for a gank. And right then and there, Johnson gets caught out. Oh, my huge!
Oh my God.
Huge CC coming out of the Sprangus in the middle lane. Wow. My goodness.
Sparn, I'm not going to lie. Sparn has probably made one of the most drastic improvements I've seen from a league player in a long time.
I actually agree with that entirely.
He went from being just like, walking under tower, having no idea how right clicks even work, to getting solo kills on bronze 1 players. That's pretty decent.
I agree.
In like 3 weeks.
I agree.
That's actually really good.
And by the way, only playing community nights. Not playing.
Wow, he's actually pretty good.
Not playing any games throughout the week whatsoever. He is a die-hard, like, indie fucking weirdo gamer. He's a fucking weirdo gamer. He's into, like, I say that. It's just not my cup of tea, He's like, yeah, I play Alan Wake and freaking Lord of the Rings, Lotro, Lord of the Rings Online type shit. I don't know. I may be a hater because I'm not a league guy. And speaking of a Lord of the Rings guy, my goodness, they may be able to turn this around here. Wow, a big heal, but level 6 is not had yet by Adina. A huge save, and Nocturne is back yet again. Top lane, say goodbye to Kale. Nocturne's just gonna have to get out of there. Silas is nearby. Silas is also not gonna. A huge dodge from D. My goodness. Wow, what a doye.
Yeah, see, that's what can't happen is you see how Janelle got hit by that bubble? They're playing specifically, their almost entire comp is just around Janelle's damage. Okay.
Well, there's the first whiff ult of the day from Eric's roommate.
And that's almost the only ability Janelle needs to dodge. She gets hit by
Oh my goodness, she gets hit by it again and then just walks right into the trap. But Dina's doing a great job of keeping her in this fight. What right now
really
has to change for Janelle on Twitch?
Janelle, she has to quit just wasting all. So when she sees Jessica stepping up like that, clearly she's gonna bubble. Either she bubbles or W's.
Right.
To do the ebb and flow. So you need to space backwards to stop the ebb and flow. You need to walk forward for the bubble. So that can get a little confusing. But you can just tell based on the Nami animations which one she's going for. But like you see how she just wasted Ghost for no reason. That's another defensive summoner she's just throwing away for no reason. The fight was over and she ghosted again. So that's what I'm saying is I haven't been a big Janelle believer in quite a while. I don't see her. ADC
so aggressive.
Really
we have to stay. We have to stay not biased up here. Okay.
I am unbiased. I want to see Janelle pop off. I like when she does really well.
We all
but
like
I just
it.
haven't seen it in a while. It's just like, yeah, she got hit by 2 bubbles in a row for free.
It's true.
And she's burning all of Adina's defensive, her defensive summoner spells just to peel her getting hit by a bubble.
Yeah, Dina is doing God's work right now to keep them alive. How are we gonna see? Ooh. How are we gonna see these team fights change? Oh my God! Speaking of team fights being changed, ultimate comes out from Nocturne down there in the bottom lane. The ult lands onto Sejuani from Nami. Sedge is soaking up a ton of damage. Meanwhile, Twitch is trying his hardest to make shit happen. Zap is gonna miss. D again. I think D's doing a lot of work here, a lot of underrated work right now.
Mm-hmm. You see how Sedge literally did nothing that fight?
Yes.
Didn't hit a Q, barely hit W, but that's all.
Oh my goodness, but that's what we were talking about right there. Newman is going to go down to Janelle. Eric, you've said it 1,000 times over. If you're not a good player, pick a champion with utility. And we saw it. Eric's roommate did fucking nothing, bailed out of that fight, backed up, waited for ult to pop up, threw it, landed it. Boy's got a kill. Huge.
Sneaky, sneaky. It's me.
Rather, girls got a kill.
They're working on their second dragon off of that. Excellent.
Oh, D. Oh, D. D doing a great job of surviving, and Lux doing a ton of damage. Silas may get caught out. He's not. He's going to find Twitch. Flashing away. Jazz has got to be real careful here with the vision they have. The vision they have, 4 players.
Newman is fresh.
Newman is indeed fresh, but so is Lux. Lux does a lot of damage right now. Jazzy and the whole crew is sticking around, and they're going to commit to the dragon still. Okay. They have vision. They have to know that this fight's going on. They have to know they want this, and they're just going to give it up. Red team matches dragon. Dragon number 1 for Team Newman. And we're 13 minutes in. We've got 7 kills across the board. 5 for Team Dina. 2 for Team Newman. Oh, man, we may see a massive fight happen here. A lot of damage from this Twitch. Twitch is doing a great job of avoiding. Jazzy is stepping up and landing yet another fucking bubble. Eric!
Jessica's bubbles are very impressive this game. I think that would have been another kill if she had not hit that bubble.
I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, that's why I said Jessica's Nami is pretty underrated. She actually plays it pretty well.
I agree. I think she should play it more, low-key. Now, let's talk about this top lane matchup. We've got Urgot. We've got Luna Blackmoon on the Kayle. Do you see this game getting out of hand in the sense of unkillable if Luna Blackmoon hits that level 16 spike?
So here's the thing. Even if Kayle gets really fed, she's notorious for being like a late game hyper carry and being insanely strong and having good stats, but you still have to be a good player. She's still a squishy build range, like essentially a ADC, just really strong. So Luna Blackmoon, even if she can make it to late game, still has to play really well. And I don't think her spacing is that excellent. So that's why I would prefer to see her on more of a tank. Like I was saying how Eric's roommate plays Sejuani, I'd like to see her on like Malphite or something.
Now, can you see lack of spacing, like a lack of talent and spacing, and possibly even, you know, I think this may come off as a little aggressive, but maybe lack of skill set be made up for in a correct build or tank build rather?
Ooh, okay, that's gonna help her get back into it. No,
it is.
Kayle is not the type of champ to ever go tank. If you're a tank on Kayle, you're negating half of her kit then. Nothing scales with health, nothing scales with armor. You could go slightly defensive, but other than that, no, you can't go tank on Kayle.
Okay. We might see a fight happen here. Oh, and we're going to. Jazzy did miss the bubble, but the ultimate is available. Jinx is gonna get a huge... Jazzy is landing these fucking bubbles, boys! I'm here to tell you. Jazzy came to play. There's a little bit of a fire after losing that last one, I think.
You know what's an interesting fact about Nami Bubble?
What's that?
It is not a knockup. So it is crucibleable. Like, you see how Melio is able to ulti the bubble?
Yes.
The animation shows it as like you're lifting off the ground, but it's not a knockup.
I actually didn't know. I always thought it was a knockup. So you can't
crucible, you can't cleanse, you can't do those to like Malphite ult. You can't crucible Malphite ult and then like go to the ground. But you can to Nami's bubble because it's not a knockup. It's a stun.
Oh my, the beef with the flash of a lifetime!
Preemptive flash, wow.
My goodness, the guy he's here. He's here. That's a big brain flash, boys. We're gonna need a clip of that one. That's for sure. My God.
I really don't like that play by Dina, if I'm being entirely honest. In our ELO, it's good because you want like people play around vision of the enemy jungler, right? So you see how she got a good ward on the enemy blue?
Yes.
So now you could track the Nocturne a little better. But no one on our team that could use that information is going to use that information anyway.
That's very fair.
Like, there's no way Sparrin's going to track this Nocturne. There's no way Eric's roommate is planning his pathing based on where Nocturne's at. So that ward's kind of useless anyway.
I do think you're right. Actually, I know you're right in that sense. Big ultimate dodge from Twitch. Twitch is going to find a kill onto Shakna. Is Jinx next? I have to believe so. The double kill for Team Dina down there in the bottom lane, and back to that vision and back to that tracking. I think you're 100% right. I think that was more of a.
I think she's just used to doing
I think she's used to playing in higher ELO, and I think she's used to seeing that being done. And I think now it's just become like, I'm just doing it for me and because I normally would do it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Urgot's doing really good here. He's been ganked so many times, but he's pulled out ahead in I think, what, 2 of the ganks? Yeah, but you see how he shows top, so Sejuani's able to get a free blue off of that.
He should have took the lane.
Excellent pathing by Eric's roommate, actually. Ooh, good dodge by Eric's roommate.
And a smite.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and I didn't even notice he got rift. Good
He
job
did,
by
yeah,
Eric's
he
roommate.
did. He
He's
did
actually
get
playing
rift.
pretty decent.
Let's take a look at how he's doing as far as farming goes. In that 100, over 100. Not bad at all.
It's only 16 down on Beeve.
Which is pretty good. It looks like he might set up for a cheeky little ultimate
Is it
here.
ult?
Oh my goodness,
God.
it's cheeky indeed. Twitch is nearby. Flashing away goes Jin. Can't be slowed, but stuck and fleeing all the way across the board. Twitch is wanting in on this party. Nocturne is so low. Twitch is going to continue. The ultimate from Nami is going to land, but the ultimate from Jinx isn't. Jumping in, flashing in goes Eric's roommate, wanting some of Newman. He's going to find the kill on her. Silas is nearby as well. Silas finds the kill. The ultimate from Kale comes out. Down goes Lux. Down goes Sejuani. Exhausted on Silas. Twitch is ghosted trying to get away. Will she be able to? I think she is actually. Maybe not. She's not going to be able to get away. Melia walks away alive, and they're in the top lane. Urgot just farming away. Farming away. Should we have seen Urgot there in the bottom in that fight, Eric?
Does he have TP up? No, he doesn't.
He does not.
So I think if he doesn't have TP, they should have played around the Luna Blackman coming down because she did walk through vision.
She did.
But they tried to force that fight anyway. I'd like to see a little bit more tanking from the Sejuani though. Give the Twitch a little bit more spacing. But he did leave the fight a little early. But that's hard to judge. I think if I was playing this Sedge, I think he should just throw his entire life away every single time to try and give the Twitch spacing. Twitch is their only way to win this. If Twitch dies, the fight's over.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Now, one of the things we have to talk about there is the ultimate from Sejuani that went on to Jinx, and Jinx survived that fight. Oh, man. Twitch maybe overstepping a little bit here. I think we're seeing it happen.
Okay.
Sprangus picks up one on the Beeves. Sejuani's ult is not far off. As a matter of fact, it's up right now, but flashing away. Yeah, that is a good thing to note. We did see Sejuani ult a solo Jinx. Jinx was able to flash out of there and survive that, even with everybody being there. I feel like Sejuani has to ult here. No? If they want to find this kill, they are. It's finally being done. Finally, enough damage. It may be done. Oh, man. Oh, Kale with a split push of a lifetime. Twitch wants more. I mean, this is a level 9 Twitch going into level 14.
5 levels on her and ran away. I don't quite agree with that. She probably beats her easily.
I could not agree with that more. I think Kale just fucking like 4 shots Twitch right there. But
yeah,
to each his own. Each his own.
This game's still looking pretty close.
It is. It's very
Johnston
close,
has
actually.
Came out ahead in all these ganks every time. Well,
It is, but yeah, I don't think he's going to make the 3v2 happen, but he's doing a damn good job or as best as he can currently, having to heal. Oh my goodness, Johnson finds a kill in a 1v3 situation. My goodness. I was not expecting him to pick up any kind of kill there.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I'm pretty disappointed in Newman this game. He has elevated himself to the level of one of the community members that typically pop off regularly. He normally plays extremely well. I've never seen him go this bad in any game.
But we did happen to see him play somewhat similar last week, I believe. If not, we did.
Playing as?
Because we had the whole conversation of, he happened to mention, well, Eric said that I played really good, like he was kind of like flexing that Eric gave him a compliment. And then I believe, I could be wrong, but I was kind of shit talking him and saying, yeah, and then you get a compliment and then you shit the fucking bed like you did last week. Are we seeing possibly another outcome of this, or is this kind of the same thing? I know Clint's dead. That's a fact.
Money on Janelle is always good.
Are we seeing, are we seeing Newman play down a level as opposed to playing up? Has he let the ego fly? Has he let the ego soar?
It's really looking like it this game.
Yeah.
He does. He looks like he's playing too aggressive. He's still forcing fight. His CS is actually really excellent.
He is indeed, but it's unfortunate seeing that Nami with it is a weird one because you look at the kills for the bottom lane. 2, 1, and 4 is Nami. 0, 4, and 2 is Jinx. What's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that early gank by Sedge really put them back. I think they weren't able to take advantage of the early beef gank that helped them get take some pressure off their lane. Yeah, but they weren't able to do anything with it, unfortunately. If you press X on your keyboard, this is a good thing to note. Well, press O and then X to pull up your
gold.
and X. Yeah. So if you see the difference in gold between the ADCs, it's actually not that heavily in Janelle's favor. She's only what 600.
Yeah.
700 gold up. That's like what 2 long swords.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's like nothing. But that's why it's important to show how important CS is this game. See how he's up nearly what 45 CS or so.
Yep. And really
nearly
close.
60 CS. Yeah, that's almost the equivalent of around 3 kills by itself. Just being up that much CS. So even though he's 0-4, he is not that far behind Janelle.
And look at the damage that just got done to the Beeve. And say goodbye to Jazzy. Suppressed goes Jinx. Jinx is down. The Beeve may go down here as well. He is. Oh my goodness, what a turnaround fight, Eric.
That might have been the fight of the game. That might have been what threw the game. And unfortunately, this is what you hate to see out of your top laners, as Luna Blackmoon didn't even participate.
Oh my goodness! We were talking about Janelle in her spacing, and it was looking real shitty there until that flash. It was looking real shit until that flash. Man, I could not agree with you more. I think that was fight of the game right there.
If Luna Blackmoon had participated in that fight, I think they probably win it. KO ult's just so big there. If you put that on Bears on Fire as he goes in or Beeve as he goes in, I think that does a ton of damage. It gives them a lot of time for them to do more damage. I think a lot of low elo players do this too on champions like Nasus, Jinx, or Kale, is that because they're late game champs, they assume they do nothing until the late game.
Right,
like you can still fight, they're still useful. Like Nasus at 300 stacks can still mid game fight.
Yes.
You don't need 900 to fight. You can still participate. So same thing with Luna Blackmoon. She needs to get in on these. Level 15, that's fine. You still have range. You still have ult.
Yes.
It's not 16, but she's still strong.
I absolutely agree with that. And I also think that along with those late game champs, I think that you see a lot of players go, oh, okay, well, because I'm late game or because my champion does extremely well in the split pushing game, you see people overcommit to that, and you watch them just go, guys, don't fight. I'm just gonna split push, and they're fucking never there. Like the fight.
But then
oh my god!
Force a fight.
Oh my god! What a huge ult from Eric's roommate while being stunned in the Jinx traps. Here comes Kale. Are we gonna see this? This might have not been the Kale fight that we wanted to see.
Yeah, that was bad. And gave up a shutdown.
That was not the Kale fight that we wanted to see.
So that's all I was saying is that even though Kale's like a good, strong late game champ, if you still have to space well on her.
Yeah.
You can't just jump. And so if you get level 16, it's not like a free win. You still have to play well. And that's why no shade on Luna Blackmoon, but I would like to see her on a champ like Sedge, where they have a high impact regardless of how well you do.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't play with nameplates on. That's my bad. They're on now. My B. That's my bad. Was Lulu banned this game? Yes, it was. How are players selected for each game? 2 random team captains are selected, and then they pick from whoever's available and is ready to play. Big ult from Jazzy. Jazzy's... I don't want to make that happen.
Oh,
wait!
Is that a
oh my god! It was a Baron. Oh my! Wait! We gotta replay this.
Yeah, I had to rewind too. Look at where Jinx was. Look at where she stole it from.
Oh my goodness gracious! What just happened?
Oh my god!
A Baron steal.
I thought the game was over.
A Baron steal for Newman. Newman, who hasn't been doing anything other than farming, has now stolen Baron and almost picked up a kill there. Ultimate from Sejuani going in onto Newman. They say, give me that back. Kale coming in from the back line, ulting onto Dina. Clint is there. Down goes Melio. Down goes Eric's run. No, he doesn't go down. Clint's taking so much tower damage. Johnson is one shot. Johnson goes down. Luna Blackmoon, the boys on Team Newman are turning this fight around right now. They're turning this game around.
Yeah, that steal really brought them back into this game.
It brought them back like no other. The ultimate from Jazzy. Janelle may just die here. She
And that
is.
force spacing by Janelle. This is why I said it's not a good idea to put your whole team's damage on Janelle, unfortunately. She'll
What-
have poor spacing and then just end like that.
What
Just
is
terrible.
happening? What is happening?
Luna Blackmoon's already level 17. They have no inhib. A lot of their money is on the people it shouldn't be, like Eric's roommate. But good news is that a lot of the money for Team Luna Blackmoon is on Starvin. So if they can just get a shutdown on her, and her positioning isn't that great either. So they can just wait out this Baron, and then maybe match her split push with Urgot, and I think they can still hang on and win the 4v4.
I'm still just mind blown that we watched the Jinx steal a Baron.
Yeah, that was a real good steal.
And you have to think about this too, the mental side of losing a Baron to a Jinx ult, and also, by the way, dying during that. There has to be a little dip in confidence and a straight up and down arrow for the confidence for Team Newman.
I'll be right
I know, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jazzy with a massive ultimate that does find Sparrin. Sparrin is still alive for the moment in time. The ultimate from Kale does come out. Fleeing is Urgot. Urgot's going to go down. Nami's going to go down. They're duking it out back and forth. Punches are being thrown here in the middle lane. It's an ARAM fight, boys.
Janelle's
Fleeing.
spacing really well.
Janelle is doing a great job. Janelle does pick up a double kill on Silas and Nocturne. Sejuani is going to go down early. Newman with the Korean meta yet again stand there in auto. By the way, this fight started by Sparrin getting ulted from Jazzy. And take a look at Sparrin. Still in this fight. A huge, yet another huge turnaround we've seen. We just watched Jinx steal Baron, run it down mid, pick up inhib.
This is another problem I have with champs like, or builds with the Beeve that he's doing, is when you go full assassin on a champ like Nocturne, you only have a one-way ticket in with ult. And then once you're in there, you're just going to die. So at best case scenario, you're like trading 1 for 1. So that's why I'm not really that big of a fan of these, because if he's not killing someone, then he's just a useless champ. And like I was saying, you know who's not a useless champ? Eric's roommate. Beeve is actually being gapped by a
Pronounced
2-weak player right now. He's being gaped by a 2-week Eric's roommate.
Kind of
on Sedge.
kind of aggressive. We are watching. Boys, we are on an emotional roller coaster right now. We are watching this game. Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. From Aaron Nasher steal to turning a fight around in mid. Free Dragon. It is. It's kind of going. Are we? You know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to caster's curse it. I'm not even going to say it.
I still think
Game of the week?
Adina wins.
Game of the week? You think?
No, it's not game of the week. That was play of the week.
Not game of the week.
That might have been one fight of the week. No, this game still is. If Team Luna Blackmoon wins, I'll say it's game of the week. But I still don't really see that happening.
Okay.
They're all weak. Nocturne's behind.
Okay. Well,
Silas
we
is
might see
behind.
Sejuani die here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They want him. They're
This is
putting
Ronnie
all their
Paulson.
eggs in one basket here right now, and that's a fact. Twitch is there. Say goodbye to the Beeve. Clint may be next. Will they continue this fight? They're not going to address the Kale in the bottom lane right now, though.
Do you see what I mean? How it was Nocturne and Sedge just hitting each other,
Yes.
but Nocturne just died in 3 hits. So that's why I hate builds like full AD build on on Nocturne. It's really weak.
Jazzy's
Okay, look.
trying her best, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Say goodbye to Kale. Say goodbye to Nami. And come here, says Johnston. With that Urgot ultimate, Jinx is running for the high hills right now saying, get me out of here.
I do like to see that Luna Black Moon is attacking while ultied.
Hey, that is it. It only took 3
That's
weeks.
improvement.
It only took 3 weeks, but it's getting done.
But you see what I mean? Like how her spacing was just kind of poor there. She was in the middle of Urgot and Sejuani.
Right.
If Kale is strong and she's almost full build on Kale, but you still have to space well. Think of it as like a really strong ADC, but they can still get caught.
Are we gonna see a Baron attempt here for Team Dina?
We know how the last one went. They have a lot of. They could just backdoor them. They have no inhibs. They have two. They're missing 2 inhibs.
For real. And a
So they
Kale.
have to be very
Kale
careful
doesn't
here.
have
Yeah.
TP though.
They have to be very careful. This is one of those games, if you've ever been in one in solo queue, where your team's way ahead. You can win every fight, but your base is in shambles.
Very true. And we are looking at extremely long death timers as this game continues to progress on. And I think we're about to see a fight of a life. This could be it. This could be the turnaround. The ultimate from Sejuani misses, but Clint's going to go down. Diving in goes Nocturne, finds Twitch. Melio's going to die to Kale. Urgot's going to pick up a kill onto Kale. The Beeve is continuing, wanting in. Sporin is finding his life, hanging by a thread yet again. Johnson's going to block the ult. Jazz is going to miss a crucial bubble, but she
I would
landed
like
a
to
massive ult.
highlight the difference in. Do you see how useful Sedge is as a champion? You see, he's doing nothing. He's literally walking around in some fights, but Newman can't get past him. It's like nulligating Newman as a champion because he just can't hurt him.
And I will say, just to add on to that statement, when you say that Eric's roommate on Sejuani is doing nothing, I mean, take a look at that last fight. Eric's roommate fucking missed everything.
Yeah, he literally
walked up.
Still useful.
He walked up, missed his ult, missed his Q, and then walked away and is still alive.
Yeah, but then Jinx was targeting him, and just because he has so much health, he can't be killed. So he made Jinx hit him for maybe like 8 seconds, and that's 8 seconds of the ADC just not hitting an actual target. That's why like a champ like Sedge is just so good over a champ like Nocturne, where he just jumps and dies and it's useless. He's just dead immediately.
Now, we did see, I will say this, one of the things that we were talking about earlier was one of the downfalls with Dina's team is all of their damage is on Twitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a big problem. But we did see the Beeve, who also kind of has his own problems with being like that just damage player, go straight in on Twitch and kill Twitch right off the rip. So, kind of doing his job there. I know we talked about you don't feel good about the trade 1-for-1, but in that situation, I think he's doing pretty solid.
Depends who is the 1-for-1.
That's fair. Wow, look at that Lux damage.
Oh, Jazzy
with a huge ult. This has to be the last fight of the game. This has to be it. Clint is trying his hardest to stay alive. Janelle is going to pick up a kill. Oh my, huge rune! Sprangish with a massive double rune. It's up to the Beeve to stay alive.
Look at Kale and bot. She's ending.
Oh my goodness, she is ending. She is ending. TPing is Urgot. Oh my god, is it going to be enough? They're backing in desperation. Luna Black Moon picks up the dub. Oh my god. Oh my god, Eric.
Wow, what a play.
Oh my
What a
god,
good play.
Eric. Luna Black Moon with the back door of community game night history. Holy frick. A team that couldn't do anything right. Oh my god.
Wow, what a game. That was close. They even won the fight. They won the fight, and they could have sent anyone B that whole time, but they stayed all 5 there just to fight the dragon, and one was chasing. Oh no, that was just bad. I don't think anyone on Team Dino was watching the map. Because you could see her from the middle of bot pushed all the way.
What a freaking game,
Wow.
Eric. What a freaking game.
What an exciting game.
Look at
Dragon
this.
Steel, back doors.
And we've got a speaking of which, we have a question coming in here. The question asks, incredible casters of the desk, should you trade Dragon Soul for the Nexus?
I think that's a bad trade.
I think that is also a bad trade. I'm going to have to agree with that.
like I was saying in that stat thing I showed you, Dragon Souls win 90% of the time, but they still lose 10. And if you lose your Nexus, you're just going to lose the game.
Very true indeed. And speaking of losing the game, let's have a conversation with the winning team captain, Newman. Newman, winning team captain, the 0-9 winner.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, it was all strategic. Yep.
Talk to me. How are we feeling after such an
Amazing game, right?
exhilarating win?
Oh well, look, we talked about it from the start in Champ Select. Who we were gonna ban out and who we were gonna play, and our secret pocket pick that no one expected was our Kale top lane, scaling for late game. And look what happened. We were able to do it. Did you see the fight before we ended the game?
I did indeed see
killed
it.
What was it, a triple kill? Almost
I
a
did.
quad kill?
I did indeed see it. So that was an actual game plan. That was a strategy
yeah.
going into Champ Select.
100%. See,
Okay.
we knew they would focus and tunnel everything on me from the last couple games, right? From the last couple weeks. And look what they did. They did exactly that. But at the end of the day, this is a team game, and we relied on our teammates to come through with the W.
I could not agree with that statement more. There's a lot that goes into League of Legends, but one of the first things that comes across the board is teamwork and sportsmanship. And you guys did a whole lot of both. Eric, what you got?
Was that Baron Steel blind? Did you guys have
That was
vision?
planned. Yeah, that was.
Oh my god, what an excellent time to ult by
We
you.
knew they didn't have smite, so I was like, I wonder if we can get this stolen. So I said, if they're close enough, and I ult this, the splash damage could take it. And sure
Wow.
enough, it was also planned.
How
Because you shot that from about, was it
Oh,
Nexus
the
Tower?
inhibitor. Yeah, just about
Yeah.
the inhibitor.
Yeah, that was
Took
wild.
about 4
Very
seconds, I think,
very
to
well
get
done.
there, but
I think that was the
I
turning
saw the
point.
damage on it. Yeah, it was because it brought that back the morale. For the,
Yep.
If anyone on my team was not feeling like, hey, we got this. No, we just stole the Baron. That's a big shot to the heart for them.
how were the comms when that Baron Steel came through?
Oh, I wish you could have heard them. Everybody was going crazy. The
Everybody's
crowd,
screaming,
we
going
heard-
nuts.
We heard everybody in chat going crazy.
I know
just
it was
like
crazy.
everything
Listen,
was riding on
our
it.
casters' desks were shaking. It was an incredible game, Newman. Listen, Newman, before we get you out of here, you got anything you'd like to say to the people?
Better luck next time.
GG easy.
GG easy.
You hit him with the easy when you stole. I saw that. Excellent BM.
Yeah,
Love to
we
see
love to see that. Actually, we love to see it. All right, the unfortunate losing team captain, Dina. How are we
Hello.
feeling right now?
I gotta tell you, not great. That was not fun.
That was not fun. What were the comms like as the game was progressing on?
Well, a whole lot of cursing each other. It was just a mess in there. We all were just so upset. Everyone was angry. Everyone was throwing blame around. Mostly I was throwing the blame on Eric's roommate, but it was just that Baron Steel. Yeah, he had smite. He's like, don't worry, guys, I have smite.
He had
just
it?
completely missed it. Yes! Go back and look. He told me to come in here and tell you guys he didn't have it, but he had it. And what's funny is he reassured us too going into it.
He went in there like, hey guys, I got this.
Yeah, he was like, don't worry.
Oh man! And let me ask you, when Baron got stolen by the Jinx from fucking downtown, by the way, how did the vibe shift within that Discord? I mean, you said you were already a little bit tilted when that happened. That had to have sent you guys overboard.
Oh no, that was our downfall. Yeah, that's where everything changed. That's where we were all just throwing the blame around. It was just a mess.
Who did everyone vote on as the sole culprit?
I'm just kidding. No one was really blaming. I do blame Steven though. I will say Eric's roommate. He will he will get it from me.
Definitely, yeah. Also, in that last fight, why was no one going back for Kale? You could see her pushing all the way from like middle of bot lane, just ran all the way down.
Great point.
Took one tower, took the next tower.
Great
Someone
point.
I'll
tried
be
to TP
honest.
to it.
I didn't even notice.
Just no one was looking at her.
Dina!
Well, I just like who's expecting that? Like we're it's like a full on fight and she just walks away.
Yeah, walks away and walks through. She walks through vision, through lane, one tower, inhibitor, and just there.
But nobody's looking at that when there's like an intense fight, you know?
That is fair, and that strategy kind of played off, popped off a little bit there for
Yeah.
Luna Blackmoon.
Hindsight
said-
2020.
She said, "Fights lost. I'm going to win. See you."
Yeah, it was a good strategy, honestly.
It was a
It
great
was cheese
strategy.
and lame, but it worked.
It was a great strategy and cheese indeed. Adina, do you have anything you'd like to say to the people before I get you out of here, gal?
I got nothing.
Good, get out of my fucking face.
I
Oh.
thought you were gonna prove me wrong. Finally, I've always been a big hater of putting Janelle on a high damage character and
Oh, she did
making
good
her your
though.
sole source of the
She
But you
did do
lost.
good. Look at
But
look at
you
her
lost.
but look at her
Yeah,
damage.
But you lost.
It was
That's what I was
good.
gonna
What do you
say.
mean?
If you would have won, I could have ate my words, and I'd be like, you know what? Finally, putting money on Janelle is a play that can work. Nope, another loss.
She did decent.
Disappointing. She did okay, but it's just like Coco Dina. It takes Emilio, takes Sedge. Also, Steven was actually playing pretty impressive.
I thought
surprisingly,
Steven
right?
played
Yeah.
extremely well. You're a shit talker, Dina. You're a
His
shit
macro
talker.
was good up until that Baron steal. Yeah, the macro was good. You know, he was he saw like their jungle top, so he would go to like dragon. You know,
True.
doing decent up until not knowing how to use smite.
True. Good comms. And
Yeah,
I want this to be very well known. Okay. Before each game, team captain Dina, me and my co-host, his name's Eric, if you've never met him before.
Mhm.
Me
We've
and
made out.
Yeah. So him and I, we always discuss each team and who we think's gonna win. Eric said Team Newman was going to dominate across the board. And I went with Team Dina. That Team Dina was going to dominate across the board. And if I'm being honest, Team Dina dominated across the board, but Team Newman ended up winning. So I feel like I was right and Eric was wrong. All right. See ya, Dina.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Great.
Hate that whore.
Great second game of the evening. I already owe somebody a Taco Bell cheesy roll. Put it on my tab. All right. I need some water. Game number 2 finished. What an incredible one. And we are on to game number 3. ASAP Hold the Rocky. Stay tuned.